hmm the use of mental health evaluations? Yes. hmm To misprison all the false arrests? Yes. hmm Based upon the lies of my wife and her want to take advantage of Medicaid? Yeah. So as to have custody of my sons? Right. And the thought was, well, you're a police department. You can do whatever you want. Now, therefore, it is ordered that this matter be and hereby is dismissed with prejudice. I'd like you to dismiss the charges against me, not for incompetence, because you did not have any evidence against me. And since you can't charge me for cyber stalking, I'm going to sue you, yes, for having a separate offense of cyber stalking instead of two counts of violating the no contact order provisions. Right. Mhm. Now, I want all of it dismissed with the prejudice, yes, that I wasn't in Jefferson County, yes, I wasn't cyber stalking, and you couldn't charge me with cyber stalking. It's going to be a large lawsuit. Do you understand? Now, I know there are police officers that said, well, he can yell his head off, but we're just not going to enforce the laws. It would be a good day for you to decide to enforce the laws because I'm wanting to buy a large amount of property, yes, that happens to be in the ownership of other individuals and families, yeah, and I'm going to make them an offer. Now, there's this idea, right, of the expungement pursuant to 8 Guam Court, yes, the official records of the Superior Court of Guam. Now, the Superior Court of Clallam County has been used to issue a protection order in 2011. Yeah. Where I wasn't a resident, yes, in the jurisdiction of the actual crime, yeah, was in Guam. It wasn't in Clallam County. And I have a real problem with the individuals that say that they're a victim of domestic violence and child abuse, yes, where they use the court system to help themselves to any of the emergency benefits of being a victim when they're not. Oh, now for all the domestic violence protection orders that you've issued, yes, that the individual said, well, he committed domestic violence and I don't want him talking to me or the kids. Yeah, I want to know every welfare. See, there's this perception, yeah, that we always have to protect the women and children, as if women could not be liars about what they actually experience, yes, because of themselves enriching themselves, yes, at the expense of the population. Oh, see, my wife lied. Yes. And I think there are a lot of other women out there that have lied. Yes. See, 85% of all domestic violence is against women. Yes. Men experience domestic violence 15% of the time. Oh. And of the 85% that are documented, yes, as the victims of domestic violence, ouch, well, there's possibly hundreds of thousands of women, yes, that went into the court and lied about their relationship with the individual, yes, that you have called the domestic abuser, yes, the child abuser. Yeah. Now, I'm going to want to sue for the fraud of lying about the actual individual relationship. Because I'm thinking that my wife, yes, is an indication of a large number of lying women. Now, when you work the system to get whatever you want, yes, and you kidnap the children from men, and judges have this preconceived notion that they have to issue a protection order without carefully considering who it is that is the actual liar. Yes, Brent! I want the fraud of the protection order removed where the petitioner didn't sign it. Yeah. Where he used forgery and fraud to be able to issue it. Yes. And then I want the fraud of the dissolution of marriage to be removed. Yeah. Because the stipulation and order gave you the ability to regulate contact between Mr. Budnick and his wife and his children. Now, for every fraudulent use of the judicial system, I know we're not supposed to talk about this, but there are quite a few lying women. I want all of the fraud removed from each of the courts of the United States so that women will learn. Yes, don't ever lie to the court. Yes, just so you can get whatever you want. Now, get me the arrests of every individual in the United States for the last 40 years. And that little DV on the docket. Yeah. I'd like to know how many DVs were yes, yes, and how many DVs were no, as in no, we're not going to dismiss the charges. Now, it looked like when it said yes, DV, oh, and no, it's not DV, oh, on the court docket itself, yes, it does, that women have been lying